What's up, what's up, what's up? You know it's your boy here. Boss Life, your trucker. I'm here on until the notification hits air channel. What's going on, YouTube? It's been a while I haven't been on live, you know what I mean? But I'm here in a beautiful state of Massachusetts, um, in a door, waiting to be unloaded. And I was like, yeah, let me chit chat with y'all. You know what I mean? It's been 6 months. This week will be actually, let me see, December. Oh, this month will actually be 7 months since I have my authority. I should have done a 6 month. Should have done a 6 month review on my authority. Uh, I had so much doing, man. I told not to do that. But let me wait until the notifications go out so I could chit chat with y'all. Y'all please like me comment. I know it's a Tuesday morning, actually a Tuesday afternoon. A lot of people probably be busy now. Um, a lot of truckers probably be busy now, trying to figure out how to get some loads, get some freights moving. It's quite busy today, guys. It's first I haven't seen. It's first time I've seen this receiver here with so many trucks in the door. I come here every day. I never see it like this before. Well, there's my baby right there. You know what I mean? That jet blue. You know what I mean? So, let's see. What's better off? What's better off to y'all truckers out there? Leasing on or having your own authority? So, I'm going to make this video here because a lot of debate is going on out there about leasing on, having your own authority. You know what I mean? I'm going to give you all my take on it. So, I'm going to go ahead and proceed with this conversation here. Those for not for the people who are checking on the replay, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do this anyways. So I never leased on before. I never. I made an attempt to lease on when I was at rail, but the lease on package I I wasn't liking it. It's a good little spot right here. So the leasing on package I didn't like it. It was like let me see. They wanted to pay $1.00 per mile, and I didn't like that because I got to pay for the truck out of it. I got to pay for fuel. I got to pay for toll. I got to pay for maintenance. I didn't like that. If it was like $3 and something per mile, $2.95. You know what I mean? Or $2.80. If it was even $2.80 per mile, I would probably still be at rail. But it was $1.30 per mile. I wasn't doing that. When I did the calculation, it was guaranteed like around 3,000 miles a week. That was like 3,000 change, right? If I had to pay $700 for the truck and for the week, and then I would have to pay for fuel, so it's gonna run me about $1,000. So that's like $2,000. That's like $1,000 for fuel already out of it. 700, and say for toll, run it off to $2,000. I would be making like $1,000 a week. I was making more being a company driver at rail and being a trainer at rail, I'll be making more as a company driver than lease on. I could guarantee you that. You know what I mean? So let me get that out of the way. I didn't lease. I never leased before, but I'm definitely, I'm definitely a authority owner. For the three people that are here, please like, please share. You know what I mean? If you're truckers, we're gonna have a debate today while I'm getting unloaded right now. Oh, they just start me. They just, I feel my truck moving, even though I'm out of it. My phone is on the hood of the truck, so I could feel. You know what I mean? So please like, please share. So let's talk about it. Lease on or owner operator? Which one is better? Which one is better to y'all? As I said, I wasn't a lease operator. I'm an owner operator with my own authority, so I could only speak on this. But with the education that I have with leasing on, and I'm gonna tell you the good and the bad. Not a trucker, but I support. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Please like. You could learn. You know what I mean? At one point I wasn't a trucker, and I learned, and now I'm a super trucker. So if you don't know about something, it's all right to learn. You know what I mean? All right. So let's get into it. Owner operator or lease operator? As I said, being an owner operator, it's a lot. I'm not gonna cap. It's a lot. It's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of education. It's a lot of time. You know what I mean? You can't be an owner operator, like start your own authority and then you think you're gonna make money right away. So let me give you the pros and the cons about owner operator, and I'm gonna weigh in on the lease, even though I wasn't a lease. So the pros and cons of an owner operator with your own authority is, let me start off with the pros. No, let me start off with the cons. You know what I mean? The cons is a lot of work into it. There's a lot of money spending. There's a lot of keeping up with FMCSA, the federal, you know what I mean? Keeping up with the federal, you know what I mean? Getting all your documents, you know what I mean? You know, being compliant and all that good stuff. All right? And with the money spending, you gotta have a lot of money. If you financing a truck and you don't have a warranty on your truck, there's a big gamble. Because you could lease a truck, you could finance a truck. I should say, you could finance a truck and within a month you start driving that truck. You don't have any warranty on it. You could fail. You could blow an engine. You could blow a transmission. And if you don't got that money saved up for the maintenance, you could be out of business within a month, right? If you don't got no one to, like, say a family member or a friend or somebody, credit card, to like be there for you whenever you need it, you could lose and you could fail as a company owner within a month. Now, the smart thing to do is get some warranty on your truck. When I purchased this truck, I had a warranty on it for, I still have it, the warranty on it for my motor, my transmission, and some of the bearings and some of the stuff that goes out regularly, you know what I mean? Alright. Another con about having your own authority is keeping up with the compliances, like filing your IFTA tax, with the miles, you gotta do the miles, you gotta file that quarterly. What else? Keeping up with your taxes. What I learned about taxes, I never filed tax as a owner, as a company owner before. This year is my first year of doing that. But what I learned so far about it is that you could file your tax quarterly, which is every 3 months. You could file your tax annually. Um, I decided to file my tax annually, and I mean, because for one, I gotta build myself first. To be honest with you, IRS could wait. It's not like they're going nowhere. They could wait. I could build myself, build my company, all my profit go back in my company to build my fleet or push some money in my maintenance to make sure my truck is up and running, minimize the risk of having a breakdown on the road or something, or do whatever I got to do. Like, because a lot of people do trucking to build their dream job. You know what I mean? I do trucking because I love it, but at the end of the day, I want to venture out into something different. I already decided what I want to do. I'm still gonna be in trucking, but uh, there's something else that I want to do on the side that I love to do. I never done it before, but it seems very, very interesting. You can make a lot of money. I'm not gonna to elaborate on that too much for now. But yeah, another con is what else? Let me see what else I experienced so far within my 6 months. Oh, finding the loads. Finding the loads and negotiating with brokers and shippers. Uh, that's a task as well that a lot of people don't know how to do. That's why there are dispatchers here like Johnson's for dispatch that negotiate with shippers and brokers to get the highest pay rates. All right, so that's one of the cons as well. Another one is fueling, keeping up. Like, you're going in different states, you're going in different towns. You want to get the best price on fuel. Um, that's one of the cons as well. Fuel prices going up, sky high. All right. Let's get to the pros now. Pros of being a owner operator is with their own authority is um, making your own schedule. That's one of them. When I say making your own schedule, you could decide when you want to run, what time of day you want to run, if you want to run in the night, if you want to run in the day. Um, Less restrictions. When I say less restrictions, meaning, because if you're working for a company as a company driver, you're gonna have like cameras and other detectors in the truck. Because when I was real, there was camera facing me and a camera um, facing the road, so they could zoom in at any time and see what I do. I didn't like that, but at first, but after that, I got comfortable with it because it's not like I was doing nothing out of the way. You know what I mean? If I swerve, it may record me. If I was distracted, like use my phone, there could be problems and all that. So when you're an owner operator, there's less restriction. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Hi Shanshan, how you doing? Look how you close up your eyes. Yeah, because the sun in my eye. Even though the sun not shining, it kind of peep out. So it's the direction we are turning. You know what I mean? Alright, so there's less restriction when you have your own authority. That's for one. Um, you could pick and choose whatever money you want to make. If you say you want to make, for example, $10,000 for the week, you could work hard, work your ass off, make that $10,000 a week. Um, if you don't want to make no money for the week, you want to stay home, you could stay home. Um, that's one of the pros of having your own authority. The next pros is employing people. When I say employing people, you could lease on people to your authority. You could employ drivers, um, maintenance guy, or someone in the office to do paperwork for you. Um, Next thing, one of the pros in having your own authority, I would say, is building a generational wealth. If you got kids, um, or family members, or whatever it is, it's just creating jobs and creating a wealth which the next generation could benefit from it. So that's one of the other pros. Now let's talk about leasing. As I said, I never did leasing before, but I'm very educated about it. Leasing on is, if you lease on to a mega carrier, there's a lot of restrictions. So let's talk about the cons there. The restrictions, as I said, is about cameras. They giving you what loads they want to give you, even though you can refuse it. Um, I heard that some companies, they don't really want to give you, like when because most companies, they got a load board, right, for lease on guys, and the load board that they got is whatever I heard, allegedly. What I heard is that they put the loads that they don't want their company trucks to drive. They put that load on the load board, like going to Pennsylvania up in the hills, or Cali, the mountainous state. You know what I mean? They don't want to let their company trucks drive there, so they put those loads on the load board. Um, and they want to pay cheap for that. Cool. My next con is that cameras, as I said, because with rail, I only know about rail. Yeah, you guys keep hearing me talking about rail transport because that was the only trucking company that I was driving for. Even if you leased on, you still gonna have cameras in the truck. All right. One of the things is that a next thing, one of the cons is that leasing on, you got to pay for the truck. And paying for the truck is that you're paying for someone else's truck that you will never own. Now, some companies are doing lease to own. You know what I mean? I don't believe in that. Because lease to own, the truck probably worth, say, $50,000. And at the end of the lease, say it's a 3-year lease, right? At the end of the lease, you probably be paying $150,000 for that truck. In which you could have finance a truck and pay less monthly. Because most of these lease companies, they want you to pay $600, $700 a week for the truck. When you finance a truck, you could pay $1,500. Between that range, $1,500 $1,000 a month for a truck, right? Which is way much cheaper. All right, another con with leasing onto a company is that you don't have the authority to do what you want to do. You know what I mean? If you want to take some time off, you got companies pressuring you to take your ass back on the road because they're losing out. And at the end of the day, you still got to pay for the truck. You know what I mean? So that's what I know so far about the cons. About the pros now is that you are secure when it comes on to load. Companies like Landstar. Let me see something here. I want to get on the panel call. Go to move truckers. Chance. Okay, Snuggle, I will. I want you to look at a young man called Matt. That's what you do. Okay, I'll definitely do that, Snuggle. All right. So the pros now in becoming a lease on to a mega carrier is you get access to those nice loads. Um, like big companies like Landstar, they got. I heard they got like 10,000 loads on the load board a day, so you could choose where you want to go, where you want to run. Um, but they take percentage out of your load. So you got most companies taking like 25%. So if the load is $4,000, right? Before you even get that load, they're taking 25% out of that load, which is um, $250. So after they take their percentage out of that load, you still got to purchase fuel, tolls, and all of that. But sometimes, since those mega carriers, they got their own customers and probably got their customers for a while, for years. And I mean, they build that relationship. They get a better rate, so they could throw that rate on you, and it's better than these brokers where we as owner operators with our own authority, the brokers, they're robbing us out here. So that's one of the pros in leasing onto a mega carrier. Even though they take percentage out your loads, I think sometimes it benefits getting load from the mega carriers. You know what I mean? Um, One of the next pros is that the less liability, meaning cargoes, insurance. When you lease onto a mega carrier or you lease onto a carrier, you're not responsible for insurance, like liability for the freight. God forbid if you flip a truck over, you're not responsible for that freight. The carrier is responsible for that freight. So it's less liability on you as a lease operator. And that's what I think a lot of people really fall for, the liability. They don't want that responsibility to be paying insurance, being responsible for their mistake that they make. They want to put their mistake on someone else. And that's why you see a lot of drivers out here doing lease. Well, I don't believe in that. Truckers should be responsible. Look at the length of this truck right here. Right? If you're choosing to be responsible to drive this truck right here, you should be responsible for paying for your insurance. So that's one of the cons with the lease on guys. The insurance, they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for the liability. They just want to drive, make $5,000 for the week, and they pay out $1,500 out of that, and they go home with the rest. That's what they want to do. But when you think about it, lease on, nah. Now, if you're gonna lease on, you could lease. I have nothing against lease on guys, right? But if you lease on, right? Lease on for a purpose. Lease on to go purchase your truck to start your own company, if you know what I mean. Lease on to venture out into something else that you like, that you want to do. As I said, a lot of people come in the trucking to make that money in the trucking and go do whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? Let me see here. On to look. Okay. What's up, Taji? How you doing, man? Please like, guys, as you join. Please like. So, let me see if I could find any other pros when it comes on the lease on. Uh, yeah. Hopping in, hopping out of the truck, I guess. I guess, like, if you lease onto a company, you don't like that company no more, you could turn in that truck and hop on to a next company and get a different truck. You know what I mean? When you lease on to, you get some of these companies, they give you like some brand new trucks. like a 2021. You're in the year of 2021. You get a 2021 truck. You know what I mean? That is dope. If I should go lease, I rather get a 2021 truck if I'm in 2021. Reason being is because you get less, you spend less on that truck maintenance. All you gotta do is change oil and you know what I mean, do the minor stuff. But then you still gotta pay a lot on these trucks for the lease purchase. You know what I mean? Hey bro, I deliver a package for Amazon. Would really take me on at 25? Yes, sir. I think the age rail will take you on is at 21. Yes, sir. I think you should try rail, man. I try rail and it pays out good. You know what I mean? You just gotta get your permit. After getting your permit, you gotta just apply. If your driving record is clean, it's good. When I say clean, I'm not crystal clean. You could have as much as three moving violations. They will still take you. Depends on the moving violations and how long were the violations. Um, but they will work with you. Rail is a company that they have their own insurance. So they don't really care. They will take you on, train you, give you a job, and bill you. You know what I mean? And you can learn from them. That's why a lot of guys they go to mega carriers because mega carriers you could it's like a startup. You know what I mean? You go there, you get your CDL, you get that experience, you're getting paid while you're getting experience, and then you move on. That's why a lot of those big companies they got a lot of turnover rate. The last time I checked, Rail was like 80% turnover rate. Like 80% of the people that joined Rail they left after a couple of years after finishing their contract. You know what I mean? But Rail, I think personally, Rail is a good company to start off with. I never went to Prime. I never went to Swift. I'm glad I didn't win the Swift. Swift was calling me, but nah. Swift was training you like 2 weeks and then they want to put you in a truck. There's no way you could learn how to drive a semi out here in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? With Rail at the time, now I hear it's like 3 weeks after Rail put you on the road. I'm not sure. But when I was in training in 2019, I spent 1 month at a rail facility in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Learned the basic, that's in phase one. And then I went over the road with a trainer for 3 weeks. Uh, After that, I got my own truck. Thank God I learned. Um, I did exactly what they was paying me for, delivering the load safely. And so I think you could start it, bro. You could check rail. Um, I hear they're raising the pay now because I spoke to one of my trainee last week. One of the guys that I trained, he's saying they're paying 51 cents per mile now. You could do up to 3,000 miles a week. And if that's 51 cents per mile and you're doing 3,000 miles a week, um, you could gross $1,500 for the week. And depending on your tax deduction, you could probably go home with $1,300, $1,200 a week. I know a lot of you people out here, man, that got degrees and master this and master that, 20 years in college and all that crap. You're not making that much. Having a CDL, getting trained, getting paid. They train you, they pay you, and within a couple of months you get your CDL, and you're making as much as what people been going to college. That's dope. Not saying I have something against people that going to college and getting their masters and stuff. It's good. Whatever you want to do in life, you got to do it. But what I'm saying is that trucking is one of them industry that you could up in, make some money, do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of sacrifice, as I said, man. A lot of people come in trucking and think that trucking is, oh, let's go make some quick money. It comes with sacrifice. You know what I mean? So you could check it out. Uh, where was I? I was at the cons and the lease guys. Well, let's leave it there because, as I said, I wasn't a lease operator, so I can't talk much about leasing. But was it worth it for me to get my own authority? Yes, it is. Not saying I'm making a ton of money out here, but you could find yourself in a better position than you was um, if you have your own authority, have your own truck. If you want to build a fleet, um, add a few more trucks in your fleet, that's fine. You know what I mean? Employ people, that's fine. Let's see here. Okay. You know what I mean? The goal is, there's a lot of sacrifice, and the goal is to make money to live a better life in the future. You know what I mean? That's what I'm aiming for. But yeah, there's no regrets in having my own authority right now. There's a lot of responsibility, yes, but this is what I signed up for. Uh, you know what I mean? So, trucking is the way to go for me, man. Trucking is the way to go. It's something that I love. I love to drive. I love the respect, because we as truckers, we do get respect out here. Um, I love what trucking is really about. Last year in the pandemic, in the peak of the pandemic, that was dope. All the respect we get from the president, you know what I mean, the people, you know what I mean. And that's funny though. Like, only when it's beneficial to them, they really think that they should respect us as truckers. Truckers been doing this for years. Truckers been moving the country for years. And as soon as they realize that, listen, we can't live without the truckers, that's when everyone want to post up, oh, thank you all truckers. And it was good. I mean, I can't deny it was good. When I check, like when I'm driving in the country states like Wisconsin, Indiana, all those states, and I see those signs, people posting their yards, thank you truckers. I see people write it up on their cars, thank you truckers. I felt good, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Knowing that I'm doing something good, I'm getting paid to do something good that others could benefit off. You know what I mean? Because it's not easy driving out here. 11 hours a day driving out here. It's not easy. Keeping those semis straight in their lane. You know what I mean? So it's a good feeling. And you get to tour the world. I mean the country. You get to tour the country, and you're getting paid for that. You know what I mean? When I was at rail, I called my dispatcher and I was like, I want a trip to Florida. You got any trip going to Florida? And he or her would be like, all right, I'm gonna look out for you. If I'm seeing a load going to Florida, Texas or wherever, I'll find that load for you. And it was good. If I'm tired of traveling the north, west to northeast, because that was my main route at the time. It was from areas of Minnesota, Wisconsin, all the way up here to Massachusetts. When I was tired of that lane, I would call my PM and I would be like, I need a load that's going to Texas. You know what I mean? And I love driving to Texas. 3-4 days driving. That was good. Good experience. And there's more miles. When I do them long hauls, there's more miles for me. Because at the time I was doing cents per miles. So the more miles I drive, the more money I get. But I love those because when you do those little round town here and there, you got to stop with the shipper, stop with the receiver. You ain't doing enough miles, you know what I mean? But as a lease on or owner operator with their own authority, sometimes locals work better than them long hauls. Because locals, you got some local loads that they pay like $5, $3, $4 a mile. And there's less tolls, less wear and tear on your vehicle, you know what I mean? And you could hop on to the next load with those short local hauls, you know what I mean? So it depends on what you want. But I'm gonna leave it right here. My opinion, I think having your own authority is better off than leasing. If you're not into trucking for the long term, you probably should try leasing. You got some good companies out there that lease you on and you can make some good money. I know about VL Trucking. They are in Chicago. VL. Their requirements are you got to be doing over the road for a year um, with a clean driving record, CDL, um, no money down, and this is not a pay advertisement. This is just information. So VL, from what I heard, it's like $500 a month. Sorry, $500 a week for the truck payment, and they're 28%, and drivers make average like 3,000 miles for the week. If you're teaming, you could do like 5,000 miles for the week. If you're teaming, and you could go home gross with not go home. You could gross uh, $4,000 or $5,000 a week, from what I heard from other drivers. And you know you gotta pay your they pay in 1099, so you gotta pay your tax out of that. So if you're not into trucking for long term, you could lease on, stack that cash up, and do whatever you gotta do. But trucking is the way. But that's it for now. I think I'm almost done. They normally take like half an hour to unload me. So I think I'm almost done. So I'm gonna log out here and go find something else to do. You know what I mean? I already booked load for tomorrow. I already booked load for Thursday. I already booked load for Friday. I already booked load for next week as well. So that's why I'm here chit chat with you guys, you know what I mean? So peace out. Don't remember to like, share, subscribe to my Life Your Trucker. You know what I mean? And do remember I'm still looking for drivers who are interested in driving for Jet. I'm still hiring drivers as the requirements are 2 years over the road experience. My insurance is preferring 2 years. It'd be better for me as well. I pay less insurance the more years you got, more experience, you know what I mean? No problem, man. Go ahead. Let me get out the way right here. Yeah, and I'm paying $1,600. Was it 16 or 17? Yeah, $1,600 a week, and you'll be home. You'll be home weekly. You know what I mean? I'm just pretty busy here, taking care of a lot of stuff. I'm going to need drivers for my truck, and I'm in the process of getting the next truck as well. So I just need some time. So peace out, guys. Boss Life Your Trucker. And this is why you gotta learn here in trucking. I mean, he's trying to back right beside me, and it's very tight. So this is the reason why I need guys with experience. You know what I mean? No company owners would like to get a call like, "Oh shit, I hit your truck, or I'm in an accident or something." It's not a good phone call. You know what I mean? So, all right, peace out, guys. Take care.